Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey caught kissing? Every year, they were like, we're going to do this, it's going to get done. But then no one could agree on the script. Dempsey told Variety in April 2021, it's such an important film from them and it's a satire. It's not a typical Disney movie. These were the words of Dempsey as he gushed continuously about the film, for which he seemed majorly excited about. What a bizarre environment to find yourself in. The live-action musical movie Enchanted will resurface for a sequel named Disenchanted after more than 14 years off the screen. The first time Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey wowed audiences as Princess Giselle and divorce lawyer Robert respectively was 14 years ago. However, the Disney classic Disenchanted has a sequel currently in the works, and it will be published on Disney Plus in autumn of 2019. Disenchanted will premiere on Disney Plus this year and will be accessible to watch on the service. Idina Menzel will resume her part in the sequel as well as Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, and Idina Menzel. Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey have returned to reprise their roles in Enchanted 2 and had a true love's kiss with each other. While filming Disenchanted in New York City on Tuesday, the actors were photographed kissing one another, as seen in the pictures. Giselle, played by the 45-year-old actress, donned a flowery print top and skirt with a red belt during her scene with Robert, played by a 54-year-old actor. Amy's auburn hair was styled in loose curls and worn parted to the side, and she cinched in her waist with a pair of red stiletto shoes. With almost $340 million in box office revenue and 3 Academy Awards nominations for Best Song for Happy Working Song, So Close and That's How You Know, the original Enchanted film was a critical and economic triumph. A lightweight puffer jacket over a green button-down shirt and khaki pants completed the appearance for Dempsey's on-the-street scene with his leading woman. In the film, based on the plot, Malvina Munro is in charge of the neighborhood and has evil intentions for Giselle and her family. A spell that Giselle casts to make her life with Robert more like a fairy tale ends up backfiring, and she must race against time to rescue herself, Robert, their children, and Andalasia. After being exiled from Andalasia, Giselle finds herself in New York City, a world apart from her fairy tale kingdom. After the spell went awry, when Giselle hoped she could once again live in a fantasy village, Giselle and Robert chose to move to New York together at the conclusions of the film, which is what you expect from a Disney movie. Amy and Patrick were recently seen shooting the sequel in Southeast England as she was carrying a baby stroller and dressed in what many consider to be royal regalia. Consider our imaginary couple have moved from the United States to some other countries. Fans may also anticipate James Marsden and Idina Menzel to return as Prince Edward and Nancy respectively. If official sources are to be believed, Maya Rudolph, Community's Yvette, Nicole Brown, and Glee's Gemma Mays round out the ensemble of the sequel, which also includes a few familiar faces. While we eagerly await the release of the film, we'll be content to savor this adorable photo of the two actors during the time on set. Being a movie about love, as it has happened to many actors, it doesn't surprise me that these two were actually seen kissing. Okay, I know that this kiss was meant to be just for the roles that they play for the film, but one could see that it looks like a real kiss, almost as if they weren't acting. Following his exits from Grey's Anatomy, this might be really good for his own brand as an actor. That he is still giving us something worthwhile, even with the latest news of his return to the show. I have to say, with his splendid performance on the Grey's Anatomy show, we can expect excellence in the upcoming film this year, as we hold on to the one scene that was captured in a photograph. When it comes to Amy, her performance was likened to one of the greatest actors in Hollywood, and meeting and falling in love with Patrick's character Robert during a real-world trip to New York City must have been the icing on the cake for her. However, Amy's performance in Enchanted was well praised, with many comparing it to her Oscar-nominated work in Junebug, which was our versions of the icing on the cake. What you should know is that the actress is not just any actress. As smart as she is in her own right, she uses the Warner Laughlin technique, as given by Warner Laughlin, the acclaimed actor. This acting technique encourages a more balanced method of acting. The Warner Laughlin technique, in contrast to method of acting, because fosters actors to use their imaginations to create the history and life of their characters. It's a fantastic viewpoint. Laughlin encouraged creativity instead of calling on one's own pain and suffering to build a new human. Moreover, reliving painful memories over and over again isn't the healthiest way to approach a situations. Anyway, as we come to the end of this video, we urge you to tell us what is your favorite scene in the film Enchanted and what you can expect from the sequel Disenchanted. Because you have stayed till the end of the episode, then you definitely love us. So, if it is your first time here, hit that subscribe button for more juicy content such as this.